got net in the house. I had to use my phone, so I'm using my phone. Here's my green screen right here. I'm actually in the headquarters. I'm sorry, I'm at my house where I do all my YouTube videos. Here's where I edit. I'm in front of a computer, so I'll show you that just really, really quick. I don't want to mess this thing up, but there's my computer. So I edit, and then I have my camera, my lighting, and everything up. Let me fix this up for just a second. Okay, so I am live right now, and I am going to check myself out. I think if I go to YouTube and then I'll check out if I have a video this way. Let's see, going live, okay, and then it should pull up here. So we're hoping. Oh, here it is. Yes, it did come up. So if y'all have any questions or anything like that, I'll be glad to answer them also. Okay, so we're going to talk really about business. That's what one of the things I want to talk about is business and how JunkCon was a huge step up for a lot of small businesses. How it was able to help out small business owners in junk removal. I want to get that out of the way. It was hitting my screen. So I'm going to back up just a bit, and then we can talk, okay? So I also have my message board. It's up here. It's on my right side. Usually I'm looking straight, looking at everything, but today I had a few errors. So if you want to introduce yourself and you're on the live chat, that is great, okay? That is great. But I want to talk about what really happened at JunkCon 2022. I've done a video about this, a kind of an introduction. So now I'm doing a live video about it, okay? And for some reason, I look like crap over here on this computer, and then on this, I look really good. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this, anyway, it doesn't matter. JunkCon was a huge experience for me. I had no idea that there would be so many people. First of all, there was close to 500 people, and the love that they showed towards YouTubers such as myself, Sonoma, and some guy named Steezy, and those guys. You know, I'll be honest with you, I don't know who Steezy is, but he seems like such a good kid. He was right next to me, and I was like, you know, I didn't know who he was. He told me he was. I introduced myself to him, so I'm going to check out some of his videos. I've never seen him. But I did meet Steve Conroy. He was a really cool guy. He did a live video with me, so that was pretty cool. Now, what I want to get into, and I'm trying to get rid of some of this lighting, because I see some lighting over here affecting me, my video. All right. Again, if you're on the live chat and you can chat something, I think I'm live where so people could say something. You're welcome to ask me any questions about JunkCon or just any business questions. So I want to do this. When I was at JunkCon, I did notice one thing. Okay, one thing was a huge deal. I'm tilting this. Okay, one huge deal that I noticed was that there were so many small business owners. Business owners that had one truck or one trailer. There wasn't a lot of companies with like 20 trucks or 15 trucks or anything like that. Everything was small, on a very small scale. And I could relate to those people. I was able to talk to those people, communicate with those people, really tell them, you know, how business is. And that was a cool experience for me. A lot of Hispanic people. That was another thing. My people were out there. They were out there. They were starting a business. They were able to communicate with me and just talk to me. There was a few experiences that me and my wife had at JunkCon 2022. We didn't know what kind of reception we were going to get. I didn't really. So here's the story about JunkCon 2022. Okay, we get to the airport in Raleigh, North Carolina, and immediately I meet Mojo Hauling from Oklahoma. He introduced himself to me. I was like, oh my boy, Randall Compton. And Randall talked to me, and I said, you know, we'll meet up for lunch or something and do something like that. It was cool. We got in the first day at JunkCon, which was a Wednesday, and then Wednesday night they had a big old like little party get together where you get to just mingle, and that's really when I started noticing how my videos help influence so many people to start their own junk removal business. That's when I started going, man, my videos are pretty popular. You know what I mean? They help people in a lot of ways. They help grow other people's businesses, and honestly, I knew that my videos were helping people, but I just didn't know they influence people so much. So that was a cool experience. Okay, that was a cool experience. If you're in this video watching this, can you chat something? Because my chat is not working or something. Something's going on. Just say hi or something. But that was a huge step for me. I was caught off guard. I didn't realize how it worked. Let me say hello. Okay, there it is. Okay, I had to activate it anyway. Hello, that's me. I'm saying hello to myself. And I didn't know how it would impact people, how to influence people on these videos and stuff like that. So that was kind of different. Day one was Wednesday night. They served food. They kind of ran out of food, and that was a big hiccup for a lot of people. They were like bitching about. I didn't really care. They ran out of food, so it wasn't a big deal for me. They played a band, and me and my wife got up and we danced a little. We danced like 4 or 5 songs. Nobody else was dancing, so I just kicked it with them. And then that was also the night that we got our badges. We got our badges. So my badge was red. Everybody else was blue. A few people were red because we were the speakers. I had no idea that the red ones meant that. And that was pretty cool. Now, my wife's name tag was typed in. Mine was in blue. I mean, mine was written in. So that was weird. But I had the red lanyard, so that was cool. Anyway, the next morning we woke up. I went to the millionaire's breakfast. I snuck in there. I'm not a millionaire, but I snuck in there. Lee was leaving, and I got right behind him, and then I ate breakfast by myself. So that was pretty cool. I was in there. I did a video about that, by the way, how I got to eat breakfast by myself. And they had a whole spread, man. I'm talking about they had a spread, and why let that food go to waste, right? They had like French toast, waffles, 2 kinds of eggs, bacon, sausage, potatoes, a whole thing, a bowl of salsa. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. So I got up in that room and I ate, and it was cool because the buffet was over here, and then over here was the screen, so you could see the convention center. You see all the tables. I was maybe 100 or 200 yards away. I could see all the tables down there, and then you could also see Lee talking on stage. So I got to listen to him, what he had to say, and that was cool. As soon as that happened, I went downstairs. I stayed downstairs, and that's when I started meeting people. I just was downstairs for a little while. I started meeting and talking to people, and people were communicating with me, telling them about the business. And it was really so flattering meeting with so many people and just communicating. I asked them about their business. I asked them where they were. So many people from North Carolina, because of course we're in North Carolina, right? We're in Raleigh, so a lot of people travel like 2 hours, 3 hours, and we flew in. I don't know how far that was, 1,000 miles or hundreds, I don't know. But a lot of people were talking to us. Here's a big surprise. A lot of people from Boston, MA. So they were like, where are you from? Massachusetts. Massachusetts, Boston. I'm like, what? And then a lot of people from Bay Area. So there's a lot of Californians out there. I was kind of disappointed there wasn't a lot of Texans. There was, I think, 3 or 4 of us out there. We were like the only ones there. But there was a lot of Californians, a lot of people that were from, like I said, North Carolina, because we were in Raleigh. So that was pretty cool. I started noticing a trend during the whole day that a lot of people, a lot of business owners that are in junk removal are easily influenced. They were easily influenced by some of the stuff that was going on. They were like wanting a truck, they wanted the SEO, they wanted this and that. And it kind of was bothersome at some point, but I was just like, man, these guys need to know what business is. So what I do want to explain in this video is, you can, Hellcat, what's up? Junk removal is getting tough. I'm fine to move on, double axle dump trucks. Okay. Junk removal has always been a tough business. Getting business in junk removal is a tough business. I mean, just getting your phone to ring is a tough business. So let me explain what happened. I started noticing that a lot of small businesses were easily influenced by things that people were talking about or saying. Okay, let me point out Rocky's Junk Removal Service in Arizona. What's up? Shout out to Gaona. I have no idea what Gaona is, bro, but I'm hearing you, Gaona. Anyway, and I want to say something about those people. There's people that are that run and own a junk removal business, but there's people that have never been in business, and that's one thing that really bothered me. The fact is that you can just go and start a junk removal business, okay? You can be a business owner, but I notice a lot of people just don't know what business is or how to run a business. I think some of the things that I was hearing, not people were telling me, but things I was hearing, I was just like totally surprised. I'm like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do this. It was very surprising for me. Honestly, it caught me off guard. And I was just telling people, hey, save your money. Don't do anything drastic. Don't buy this. And I was just telling them, I told a lot of people about do your own SEO, build your own website. I heard some horror stories about pirating websites. A lot of people out there got their websites done by another company, and then after the 2 years were over, they would go into like recheck the website wasn't working. They would call the company say, hey, you haven't paid us, you owe us $1,000, and they were getting pirated by those people. It was really disappointing. Then I heard a lot of people just spending money on Google AdWords, Home Advisor, and TripAdvisor. Thumbtack, and I was just thinking, how much are you spending? They would tell me, $1,000 a month or $3,000. Somebody said $15,000 a month. Their budgets were like $300,000 a year and stuff. And I was like, Jesus, man, they spend more money than I actually make profit. I was like, holy cow, and that was bothersome too. It was it was crazy. It was crazy. There was some breakout session rooms. So every day there was breakout session rooms. So day one and day two, they had breakout session rooms. So that means there was someone on the floor speaking, and then they had these like 3 or 4 rooms. And one was talking about SEO, one was talking about insurance, one was talking about franchising, and then the next day it was talking about how to grow your business, the fundamentals of your business, and how you can be a YouTube star. And that was run by Sonoma Holland. So I think it was Matt Vick and his wife, Jojo. Matt Vick and his wife Jojo were in one room, and they were talking about how they got successful doing YouTube. I actually walked in that room, said, just wanted to hear what they had to say. But there was people. There was a lot of people in all these breakout sessions. Most of them were like sold out. Um, a lot of these breakout sessions were with JRA. They had JRA insurance, well, not JRA insurance, just people from JRA speaking. They had a lot of knowledge. So apparently, JRA knows a lot about junk removal and the small tools that you need to run a junk removal business. So that was a cool experience too. I did notice that. The third day, which was Friday, I'm sorry. So that was Thursday, and then second day was Thursday. The third day is Friday. That was the last day. There was some guest speakers. So the guest speakers, one was Mike Metachok or something like that. It doesn't matter. He knocked it out of the park. I mean, this guy was really, really smart. He talked about how to put profit first before you put any expensive stuff like that. Just stuff like that. He talked about that, and then he gave away all these books. You know what I mean? He gave away all these books, and that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to read the next comment. You're right. I wouldn't leave. I was joking. I learned too much. 4 years in business. A lot of people don't last 2 months. True. And I know why. That's my phone ringing. Anyway, so it was an experience that was when he was up there. He told about his experience, Mike, and gave away these free books. Let me just go back to that really bad. He talked about that, and people lined up, and then someone else spoke after him. The guest speakers were incredible. They were all very professional. Everybody spoke really well. They got the word out. That was sweet. And then on the third day, the last and final speaker was me. I spoke at the end for about 30 minutes, and I was going to kind of like lead the ending out. And after me, there was nobody there, and I was going to be it. And then Lee would come back after me, and he would end the JunkCon 2022. Again, I want to say that before I got on stage, I was nervous. It was cool. But then when I got up there and started seeing everybody that I knew that I talked to, it was like, dude, I was just talking. And I gave a little knowledge about how I started my business, and then how I do my SEO, how I really grow that SEO to content building, build that content, and people call me. So that works for me. A lot of people don't want to do it, and they want to do Home Advisor, Thumbtack and Angie's List and Google. Hey, listen, if you want to spend your money that way, or you want to take 10 or 15 minutes out of your day and do it my way, that is totally your business. That doesn't matter to me. it's disappointing that there's a lot of junk removal companies that just don't want to put in the hard work. And that was kind of disappointing to me. So, anyway, with that, I'm going to tell you, I got up there, did my 30 minutes. Everything was good. I went down. I immediately caught a flight back to Texas. And then, but let me tell you what happened. So, after I talked, I went to my booth and there was people waiting for me in my booth, and it was kind of embarrassing that I had to leave. So I apologize to anybody that wanted to talk to me or just communicate and get the word out and tell me about their business and stuff. I apologize. I was supposed to do a meet and greet right after my speech, but I had to catch a flight, and I was just running the whole time. I was just in and out, running the whole time. So that was kind of different for me, just to leave my fans or the people that believed in me and just leave them like that. So I apologize for that. Um, we managed to catch a flight. We came back home. We got here at 7:30. Then the drive time to the haunted house, which I host, was at 8. I really got to the haunted in Dallas. I landed around 7:30 with the people getting out of the airplane, and then finding our car, driving the train to the car, and then getting out, paying for the car, and then dude, it took us about an hour. So I don't get to our haunted house until 8:30. I jump in my Michael Myers outfit. I started acting at about 9 o'clock, and we had a very successful Friday night. So I think Friday night we made about $2,300, and then the next night we made about $6,000 on the haunted house. So it was pretty cool. So Friday 23, Saturday about $6,000. Great experience. It was awesome. And then people were just asking me about JunkCon, so that was pretty cool. I met a lot of people, a lot of good friends, just companies that introduced themselves to me, and just I got to just talk to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were there. Junk Bros, naming a few people. I wrote a list down of people. Done Right, Holloway. There was a very unique junk removal company that was called. They were called Count Junkula, like Dracula, Junkula. That was pretty fun. Dump My Junk. They were out of Tampa Bay, so that was pretty cool. Tampa Bay. Trash Your Junk. He was a Mexican guy. I think his name was Joe. He's like one truck, one trailer. Very cool, very nice guy. So that was pretty cool. CPS, cpjunk.com. Big fan of the channel. He was really cool. He loved me, and he was just really, really good. Then I met these black guys. They were called Three Bears Junk Removal. This dude was like 6'9". They were the sweetest dudes in the world. I talked to them for a little while. They're called the Three Bears, so that was funny. Two women called Top Cat Junk Removal. They're in the business too. She was wearing some fairies and stuff like this. Then I met a father and his two sons called Junk Jockeys. Very nice guys. Just the experience, just talking to people was really, really cool. Trailer trash and junk removal. So I met these guys outside. We talked for a little while, so that was pretty funny. Let me just. I wrote stuff down. Manza's junk removal. So there's a video out there that I was talking to a guy named Manzas, which means like hero or strong guy in some other language, or Jesus, the Bible or something like that. My Junk Removal. I didn't really get to talk to the owner of My Junk Removal, but he seemed like a cool guy. Combat Junk Removal. That's another thing. I noticed that there was a lot of military people in junk removal. Okay, so that was pretty cool too. South Florida Junk Removal. Didn't really talk to that guy. I don't remember him that much. We got your 6 combat junk. So his name was Steven. Nice guy. Talked to him for a second. Not a lot of communication. I was talking to so many people. Justin's bulk and trash removal was there. Nice guy. Let me see what else. I'm trying to think of wacky junk removal. Wacky junk. Marsha, the guy, the owner, and they were cool. They were just kept on coming to my booth, so they were really nice. Junk Busters Midway. So Junk Busters is pretty funny. They have a slime from the Ghostbusters as their their person, their logo. So that was pretty funny. With the guys for 6 months before I started to move those people. So I got another comment. Hellcat says, I worked with a guy for 6 months before I started. Most people get a truck because they never did junk removal in their life. Very, very true. Very true. Get rid of junk removal. Let me see. Southside junk removal. Southside. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. move your junk, movejunk.com. I don't remember him at all. Kershaw Dumpster Rental LLC. So anyway, a lot of companies came by, dropped their cards off. A lot of people were able to just tell me about their stories, tell me about their lives, and tell me how their business is doing. So that was cool. I was able. Robert Shiskich, Mr. Gutter, but he also owns a junk removal company, Ship Shape Hauling and Junk. He's actually changing the name of his company pretty cool. Junket. So Junket, um, her name was Asti Bonet. She came up to me right when I was going and leaving to catch a plane, leaving the convention. She was such a sweetheart. She had a talk with me. I communicated with her, and it was just nice meeting her, lady. So that was pretty cool. Um, anyway, I just want to say that my experience at JunkCon 2022 was very, very good. I had a blast. The best part of JunkCon 22 was not me speaking, uh, not me meeting everybody and just being, the headliner there, but just like people over, talking to me. It's my friends that I got, man. And that was cool. Just the friendship, the love that y'all were showing for me. That was really, really cool. We went to a restaurant. I remember day 2 at night, and there was no seats in the restaurant. And they called me over, and they're like, "Ricardo, sit with us." I sat over there with them. They gave me a seat, and that was really, really cool. I was just like, "Man, dude, this restaurant's sold out," but not for me. So that was really cool. Just sitting down with them and communicating with those guys, and we talked all night. A lot of people got drunk. Anyway, anyway, guys, I appreciate this video. I hope that a lot of people get to view this video, but I'm gonna post it right now. Don't forget, I've done a lot of videos in the last few days, so people go out there and look at them. I had a great experience at JunkCon. Lee Galbo knocked it out. JRA knocked it out of the park. Okay, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, subscribe to the channel and hit the little icon up there with the little bell, and that will help you get my new videos every time I post them. Bye-bye.